All right, man. I see a lot on social media and Piston conversations this offseason has been about who the Pistons should get. We should get Kemba Walker or Derrick Rose or, I think Patrick Beverley would help. And, the list goes on and on. But I don't think people understand how bad the cap situation is. You're talking about negative $8.7 million over the cap this year. That's how bad the cap situation is. Josh Smith is still on the books for about $5.8 million in dead money. Your free agents with Wayne Ellington, Ish Smith, Zaza Pachulia, and maybe one more, I think. Right? You can sign all them back. You're gonna go into the luxury tax. It depends on how much money Tom Gore's willing to go into luxury tax to be the eighth seed or not make the playoffs potentially next year. Because most people believe Orlando will get better. Most people think Kevin Durant is coming to the East, so that'll knock the Pistons back one spot. Anything else can happen. So at the same time, man, I don't think people think the Pistons are, Derrick Rose can help. How the fuck can Derrick Rose help? He can't stay healthy. You putting Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin together. How can that help? You got two injury prone players who is never probably gonna play 82 games again. Never in their life gonna play 82 games again. So at the same time, how do you figure these dudes are gonna help you out? How do you figure Patrick Beverley is your answer at point guard? But at the same time, before we even get into talks about how Patrick Beverley and Derrick Rose won't do shit for the Pistons, let's talk about the cap situation. How are we gonna sign these dudes? You get one mid-level exception. You get a mid-level exception for Patrick Beverley. He gonna want more than a mid-level exception. He gonna want more than the veterans minimum. So at the same time, where does this help you at? Where does this Patrick Beverley, Derrick Rose? You don't have the money. Now Derrick Rose will work. Derrick Rose made $2.1 million. He got a huge Adidas deal still, paying his brother, paying his best friend. That'll work financially. He'd come here for the veterans minimum or the mid-level exception. Okay? But then again, the Pistons still have a debt problem. What is Derrick Rose going to change? He ain't going to make one game different. Your record probably going to be worse or identical or the same. You know what I'm saying, with Derrick Rose. So you look at the situation, I'm like, do people not understand the Pistons have no money? Now people say we can make a move and shit like that. The game this year, at least for the first couple weeks of free agent or the first major moves coming, the game this year is, okay, I don't want to bring no more cap on until I see where Middleton go, until I see where Durant go, until I see where, Kawhi go, until I see where Kyrie go. A lot of dudes going to be holding out hope. Even the Indiana Pacers, who got a ton of cap, going to be holding out hope that they can get some of those players. Now, you get deep into July, you know what I'm saying? You get deep into July, then maybe somebody want to take Reggie. Oh, man, we didn't get the point guard. We didn't get Kemba. We settled for Reggie. Okay, we'll give you a second round pick for Reggie. That's $19 million off the books. But, at the same time, are you willing to wait that long to hope somebody can take Reggie Jackson's contract and hope that you can get something respectable in return? I don't know. The Pistons got all these fantasy dreams. Like, dude, and I linked the article in the link where the cap situation is laid down the way it should be. But like I said before, man, I just don't understand what Piston fans think the Pistons are so close. Did anybody not see the fucking playoffs? Did anybody not see when they lost like 13, 14 straight games? Did anybody not see when, Blake Griffin he got injured again 2 years in a row? He got injured when he got here. Then he got injured again last year. The team is not close. If financially it ain't like, okay, shit, we got $20 million, $30 million under the cap. Hey, man, we can convince Kemba to come here and play with Blake and everything will be all right. Nah, man, you more than the Kemba Walker away, man. You need a bench. Like, there's nobody on the bench. Ish Smith probably not going to come back. There's nobody on the bench that's going to help us out right now. That's going to give us a Lewis Williams type of boost or Eric Gordon type of boost off a bench or Ginobili or not even that, or just going back to when we had Mehmet Okur and Mike James, Lindsey Hunter coming off the bench, Corliss Williamson coming off the bench. We don't have nowhere near that. Some benches starting five are comparable to our starting five. So when you talk about cap, you talking about what the Pistons need. The Pistons need depth and they need top end talent in this NBA. If we don't have the money to do neither one of them. We got a mid-level exception, which last year we spent on Wayne Ellington. We still paying Josh Smith almost $6 million a year on dead money. He's still counting against the cap. He in the big three. He still counting against the cap. You know, at the end of the day, what can Dwayne Casey do? But he can coach. People talking about, Casey need to go. Who gonna do something with this team? Did people not see Andre Drummond in the playoffs or the all season? Either he need to develop and be a dominant defensive player, or he need to develop and to be a great offensive player. Being a great rebounder don't get you shit, but 2020, and that's putback shots and rebounds. That's cool. 2020 is cool, but what does it amount to? It amounts to playoff wins, significant victories? No. What the fuck is in 2020 when we playing Joel Embiid when he getting in his ass? You know? And at the end of the day, this is just more proof why they need to just burn it down. But you know what? They're going to try to build it on the fly. They're going to try to, make something work. They're going to try to trade Reggie Jackson and try to get something in return. They're going to try to, trade you a Butterfingers for a fucking Milky Way or some shit like that. I mean, if you like Milky Ways, it'll work for you. If you don't, you're going to be like, ain't my cup of point guard. Ain't my cup of tea, They're going to try to make shit for team. At the end of the day, it's inevitable that they going to have to blow it up. You know what they going to do? Tom Gore stupid as fuck as well, too. I don't know where Stefanowski head is. He could be telling Tom Gore's one thing and Gore's on something else. But let me tell you this right now, all right? Peep game. This is what should happen. You need to get rid of all them motherfuckers. But you know what's going to happen? They're going to ride Blake out. They're going to make him the face of the franchise. They're going to wait till this old fucking S10 finally blurred down and the carburetor blow or the motor blow. Then they're going to ride Andre Drummond out to the point where nobody wants his ass. And their contract's going to have to just run the fuck off the books in 2-3 years. And then they got to just finally say, oh, man, we're going to start back over. We should give Andre Drummond a max deal, $200 million deal. Duh, boo-boo. Let's get another picnic basket for Andre Drummond. You know what I'm saying? They do some stupid shit like that. These dudes ain't smart basketball. At least Tom Gore's ain't a smart basketball person. This team ain't got no shot as constructed. With Reggie, even if Reggie get off the books, they still ain't got no shot. That's only $20 million off the books. So you got what? You got $12 million in cap? How you gonna fix the depth issue? You need bench. Everything on the bench with Zaza gone, Ish Smith gone. You still need 3 other starters, at least. Dre and Blake the only starters on the team with Reggie gone. So you still need a point guard, a shooting guard, a small forward. Then you need a backup point guard, a backup shooting guard, a backup small forward, a backup center, a backup power forward. Like, how you gonna do all that with $12 million? You gotta get rid of Drummond. Who want Drummond? Memphis didn't want him. They want dudes like Vujovic and Jokic and Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, big fellas that can post up, big fellas that can defend the rim, big fellas can stretch it out to the 3-point line. Andre Drummond don't fit that bill. Ain't no real space in championship ball for a rebounder, just a pure rebounder putback guy. They need people to get out there and defend like Al Horford, defend the pick and roll and keep Giannis in front of him the best his way he can. They don't need no timid Mr. Softy coming down your street, Andre Drummond. I'll just keep it real. Blake Griffin, he gonna have to get back to what he was doing last year, before his body break down, build his value up and trade him. But they not gonna do it. They got Blake Griffin here to bring tickets to Detroit, to sell tickets. Remember when, the Monstars was about to, they made a deal with Michael Jordan and say if you lose, you're going to come to Monstar Planet, whatever it was, and play one-on-one and lose to be a main attraction. That's what Blake Griffin here is. Blake Griffin got the boulder on his ankle, latched on to him, and he basically here to sell tickets, bro, and get a paycheck. That's just what it is. That's just what the business is. And for him, if he happy with that, as long as that bag right, so be. He already in L.A. chilling after he had his little knee surgery. He's so glad to be outside Detroit, back in L.A. You know what I'm saying? He's so happy to be in L.A., but hey, it is what it is, man. Piston fans going to try to, if we cut this guy and then trade this guy, carry the one, and, if we can get this for Drummond, and then we'll be, nah, man, it's just time to take that TNT, like that motherfucking stick, and blow this bitch up. I've been saying it. They ain't even completely started over since the going to work Pistons. It's time to say, you know what? Let's build it through the draft. Let's trust our ability to draft. Let's trust our scouting department. Let's get some young talent here, make them feel welcome, treat them right, put some veterans around them, and let's trust the process, all right? That's what it's going to have to be. But people saying Kemba and, a Corey guy from Indiana and Patrick, ain't none of them niggas coming here to take the mid-level exception and play with the Pistons, man. But Motor City Sports Talk, appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to us on here and hit the bell icon. Check our social media out in the description. Appreciate the love and support. One time for one time. We gone.